here's my B3. I just went through and did the drawbar contact test to make sure the keyboards are all working. Everything is good except for this one drawbar. I mean, if I pull, just for example, number 2 here, is good. Number 4 is good. As soon as I go to this guy right here, 2 2/3, nothing throughout the entire keyboard. So I've got one dead drawbar. Works on the, oh, now it's deciding, there you go. There's the thing, these contacts I think are dirty and I need to clean them. But works there. Does not work there. So, G sharp key is broken. I have a new one to replace it. See if I can do it. So here's the inside of the B3. And you can see these little colored wires with these tabs, or each of the drawbars that slide back and forth on the front. Just underneath there, these little screws, hex screws, are for the keys. Those are what hold the keys for the upper keyboard down. The one I need to get to is located behind this patch bay, this panel for the presets. So I need to take that down. If I can get that thing down, I should be able to get to that key, and we'll see how it goes. I've taken some screws, 2 screws out of each side of this little music rack panel with the power switch, pulled it out of the way, and that gives me access to the drawbars. That little green wire, there we go, came unsoldered, it broke. So while I'm in here, I'll just take care of that real quick first thing, because at the very least I can fix that problem. And then getting to this key is going to be a little bit more tricky. I'll try taking the drawbars off, and I'm going to solder that drawbar. Okay, I've soldered the green wire back to this drawbar. And now, it sounds great. That's one problem fixed. I can take that off and move on to the next thing. Now I'm taking out these 2 big screws. I think that's all I need to get the drawbar panel off. I've pulled it off once before, but it's been a while. So that's what I'm doing. I have this old Leslie connector box in here. It was originally for a 9-pin Leslie 760 and a 910. Neither of which I ever plan to use again with this organ. There's some switches, missing their half moon cases, of course, that are just hanging there doing nothing. So while I'm in here, I'm going to just get rid of all this mess and pull those out. Here's the box. I've got the extra switches out. I still have one that's attached to the front with my half moon on it. I might leave that there for now, we'll see. But I do have another one for the 147, another box I could hook up. I'm just gonna unhook the wires from the amplifier here and then go from there. This box should be totally separated. I'm gonna have to get this stuff out as well. Successfully removed the Leslie connector box, and by undoing the G&G and ground terminals, I just unhooked the gray. And now I'll unhook the blue, which those are backwards. I don't think it was supposed to be that way. Which, once those are both out, I can, in theory, get this snake pulled out for the 9-pin. And it's starting to feel clean in here. I have a new box wired up to test my 147 once I connect that. So we will see how that goes. Okay. That's out, and I managed to get the 9-pin snake out of there and take off the little box here, and that hooked right back up like it was supposed to. Looking a little closer to original, except for those 2 screw holes. So we're getting close. I think all I need to do now is wire these back up to the G&G. This switch needs to come out, but I think I need to undo the manuals in order to get that out, so I might wait on that for at least a few minutes. Oh, and by the way, I was having problems with this when I did try using it when I first got the organ. Never quite worked right. The solder joint wasn't done right. It was just sitting on the lug. I was able to just pull it right off. So that tells you it was not a good install, or the solder joint just failed over time. Okay, the box has been installed. Now I'm going to wire everything together. The old switch cord is untangled, so this all looks nice again. My new half moon switch is over there. So once I get this buttoned up, I'll try it out. All the solder connections have been made, so now I just need to see if the Leslie will work with it. Funny how these projects go. My intent was to replace a key, but instead I fixed a drawbar and ended up removing all my old Leslie switches and Leslie box and installing the new connector box, installing a new half moon switch, and doing all that stuff. And you know, here we are. So I'm gonna lay it back down. Got more work to do on it soon, cleaning the contacts of the drawbars and stuff like that. I would do it today, I just don't have the right stuff. So that'll be next time. And then one of these months, when I can get the manuals out all the way and take it to a bench, I'll defoam it and replace that broken key and everything else. So it's gonna be nice. Let's put it back together. One other really cool thing, I found this inside the organ when I pulled the manuals out, and it was over on this side. So that's pretty neat. That's the only big piece of veneer missing. That'll be nice to glue back on. All right, I'm gonna fire it up for the first time with the organ directly going to the Leslie without the preamp. So let's see if that horn starts spinning. Looks like it's alive. So we'll see if it powers up. We get sound, and then we test the speed controls for the first time, having the half moon on the organ instead of using this preamp over here. This could be really cool. It's so much quieter. I had rewired this to go direct into the Leslie, and it was going through the preamp. There's quite a bit of noise, just some hum coming through these speakers on the Leslie. But now, the only thing I hear is the tone wheel generator purring. But this is nothing but mechanical noise. There is no static or hum or anything coming through the speakers, and I am thrilled about that. Hasn't sounded this good yet. I've got it back on the preamp, and you can hear that noise floor. Just there's a constant static. But with the new setup, we don't have to have that anymore. And now the only thing I have to do to play is take the back panel off, because this is kind of a temporary setup. I'm going to move this receptacle for the Leslie either down here to the power box or back where it was on this pole via this old 9-pin receptacle, and just swap that out for the 6-pin.